Hi, I'm Jeb Butler. I'm a board member on the Center for Auto Safety, and I'm the founder of the Butler Law Firm in Atlanta, Georgia. My personal resolution for the new year is to spend more time with my children and quit working so much. My resolution for the Center for Auto Safety takes a little more time to explain. I'm going to do that now. I would like to see us work hard to change the law regarding automotive dealerships' responsibility to fix the recalls on their vehicles before they sell them to members of the public who don't know anything about those recalls. I'll tell you a story. We had a client come to our office not too long ago who had bought a used Ford Mustang. And she bought it from the lot, was very excited about her new car, went out for a drive with her daughter. As they approached traffic in our hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, she went to hit the brakes to slow down. The brake pedal went all the way to the floor. She couldn't stop. She reared into the car ahead of her. She ended up breaking her knee and her ankle, and her daughter had some more minor injuries. All that could have been avoided if the dealership, the used car dealership from which she bought the car, had fixed the recall that was already in existence, had already been issued as to the Ford Mustang that she bought. She had no idea that the Ford Mustang was subject to a recall. The dealer knew about it, but the dealer didn't fix it, and the dealer didn't tell her. That's a problem for a few reasons. If you're an auto dealer, it is easy to find, it is easy to know about defects on the vehicles that you sell. They can find out about these in a number of ways. One is to just look at something they already do, and that is the Carfax report. Most dealerships now sell vehicles with if you look at the online listing for the car, you'll find a link to the Carfax report. Well, that'll tell you. If that's not good enough, the dealership can check with the website for the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, or NHTSA. And if that's not enough, they could use my favorite method, and that is to check the website for the Center for Auto Safety, which has a little set of blanks on the very first page of autosafety.org, where you can fill in the year, make, model of a vehicle and see what recalls have been issued as to that vehicle. So it's really easy for a dealership to find out if the vehicle on their lot has been subject to a recall. And then once they know about the recall, it is free for that dealership to fix the recall. Right now, the law doesn't require that they do that. But in our view, it should. And that's something I hope the Center for Auto Safety can help with. The job of fixing recalls before a vehicle is sold ought to rest with the dealer and not with the dealer's customer for two main reasons. First, when a customer buys the car, most of the time they don't know whether there has been a recall. It's just not the kind of thing that most people think about when they buy a car. When you buy a used car, particularly with the cost of used cars where it is today, you would assume, naturally, I think, the dealer has been responsible and has looked into this, found out whether there have been any recalls. Particularly because recalls come with a notice. There's a letter that goes out in the mail. You've probably gotten some of these at some point that say, oh, your vehicle is subject to a recall as to this particular part. Well, if you're buying a used car that's already subject to the recall, you never get that notice. So the customer never receives a notice in the mail because that piece of mail already went out before they buy the car. The second thing the customer doesn't know is whether the recall has been conducted, or in other words, whether the car has been fixed. That is to say, even if a customer does know that there's a recall, they would probably assume that it's been fixed before they bought the car because that's what a responsible seller of a product would do. But too often that hasn't happened. And it ought to happen all the time. I wish that the laws of this country were such that before a dealership could sell a car, new or used, they had to make sure all the safety related recalls on that car have been performed. So that's my New Year's resolution for the Center for Auto Safety.